welcome to At Home today. We're so glad that you could be with us. My very special guest is a man who has a business. It's an Italian pastry bakery. Now, this is third generation. His name is Tony Moio. Anybody in the Pittsburgh area knows Moio's Bakery. I'm telling you, it is one unique experience. He's here to make some delicious pies for us today, and I'm so glad. What I wanted to talk to you about, and Tony knows about what I'm going to talk about here because he's experienced it in his life, and most people have experienced this in their lives at some point or another. I drove past a church the other day, and on the marquee it said, "Sorrow looks back, worry looks around, but faith looks up." Have you ever had a situation in your life where you could not get over the sorrow of it? And you kept looking back and remember this, remember that, remember this, remember that. Or that you're worrying about something, you're thinking, oh, what's going to happen? Oh, I'm terrified. Oh, what will happen? What will happen if this happens? And you're worrying all around. The solution to both of those situations is by looking up in faith, because God will help you through the most difficult times in your life. I've been there. I know what I speak of. Through a broken relationship with someone that you love more than life itself, perhaps a broken relationship with a child, maybe the loss of a loved one, a parent, or your spouse, or a child, or just something that so devastated your life you didn't know what to do. I want to tell you that there is an answer. And that answer is in a Heavenly Father who really, really loves you and really cares for you. If you're single and you think there's nobody in the world for me, my parents are gone, I'm all alone, what am I going to do? I want to tell you that you have a friend. Maybe you haven't been acquainted with him, but he is a friend who will never, ever disappoint you and never, ever leave you alone. And I would ask you just to shut your eyes and invite the Heavenly Father to come into your life so that you no longer would be alone. Remember this, sorrow looks back, worry looks all around, but faith looks up. We'll be right back to begin our program today with Tony Moio, but here's today's at-home hint. Here's today's at-home hint. My delicate cakes always seem to crumble whenever I attempted to coat them with frosting. Now I first pop the frosting into the microwave on high for 15 to 20 seconds, and it comes out much easier to work with. L.S., Andover, Massachusetts. Thanks so much.
If you have an at-home hint, a favorite recipe, or just a friendly greeting you'd like to share, we'd like to hear from you. Post it in the comments of this video or visit our Facebook page.
Well, this is Tony Moio. Tony, it's so good to have you
nice
here.
To see you, Arlene.
I am so happy. I've wanted to have you on for so long, and I know that there were some delays in that, but I'm so glad you're here today.
Thank you.
And for the folks who are watching around the country, and for Pittsburghers, this guy has one of the best pastry shops in I know, oh shucks. You do.
Well, thank you.
When you walk in, it's so meticulously clean, which is one thing. And that food that you have in those refrigerated cases and the biscottis, it jumps out at you. It's like you're there and you're thinking, oh, I got to have some of all of this because it's so colorful and it's presented so beautifully. I'm really making you puffed up head here, aren't I? But it's true.
My head's about to explode.
But not before you make what you're going to do today,
Right,
okay?
right.
What are you going to do first?
Well, I thought today, since we are the Italian pastry shop in Pittsburgh, I thought I'd do a ricotta pie, which is a family recipe that we've had for years and years. It goes back to my grandfather.
Yeah.
The shop is a third generation, so it was my grandfather, my dad, and now me. And
Now, what was it called when your grandfather had it? Was it Moio's?
just the Italian pastry shop.
And where was it located?
We were in the East Liberty section of Pittsburgh,
Okay.
Larmer Avenue, which was like Little Italy.
Oh, yeah. Some of the folks will probably remember
Yeah,
that. I'm
yeah.
sure, yeah.
I mean, I still get them. They come in the stores. I'm from Larmer Avenue. I know.
You took a big step up to Monroeville now, huh?
Yeah, well,
convenient.
what they changed the city around down there. They made a mall out of Broad Street in East Liberty, so we eventually moved to Monroeville Mall, and we located there in '72. My dad did, and In '91, I moved the store to its present location.
At 48 and 22, right?
Right, we're right on the corner of 48 and 22.
By
Right
Valley
off
Buick or something there,
Yeah,
right?
we say all roads lead to Moio's. You come off the Turnpike or the
That's true.
Parkway or 22 or 48.
Right there.
We're right there.
It's wonderful.
Thank
Okay.
you. Well,
First
the
of all is
ricotta
the crust,
pie,
huh?
yeah. Well, what I start with is it's a sweet short dough. And with this dough, you can do a lot of things. You can make sesame cookies. You can do pasta chut, which is like the Italian cream puff. It's filled with lemon custard with fresh orange rind in it.
Ooh.
But today, I'm going to make the ricotta pie with it. But if you want to make this dough at home, I'm providing the recipe for it.
Tell us about it.
I could tell you real quick how to do it. You would take a cup of cold water and put that in your bowl.
Now, are we talking about mixing bowl?
Yeah,
Let's use a mixer.
small mixer like that. You always
He
start.
says this is a small mixer, because how big is the one that you have?
Well, I'm not the
40
biggest shop
vat or
in the
so.
world, but we have a 20-quart, a 40-quart,
See what I
60-quart, and 80-quart mixer.
Jeez.
I mean, a lot of bakeries are bigger, but
Yeah, but
a cup of cold water, it goes in the bottom of the bowl first, and then the trick here is finding ammonia carbonate, which is
ammonia carbonate.
Yeah, it's a leavening powder that you want to use in a short dough, not a baking powder, which you'd use in cakes.
Sodium bicarbonate is baking, right?
Right,
But
right.
this is ammonia. And does it work better with this type of dough?
It works good for this dough. You'll probably find this in any bakery supply house. They can help you out.
Could you use baking powder instead?
No.
No, it doesn't
No,
work.
it's not gonna
Okay,
work
so
for
it's
this.
worth it to go find it if you need to.
Right, you want to take a half teaspoon of the ammonia carbonate and put that in the bowl with the water.
Okay.
Then all the rest of your ingredients can go in together. Let's see what I have here. A tablespoon
flavor.
of lemon flavor, 2 tablespoons of honey, 1 whole egg, 1 3/4 cups of sugar, 2 cups of Crisco shortening, and 4 cups of flour, which is just a pastry flour. All goes in together. You mix it on slow for about 7, 8, 10 minutes until it's nice and mixed
Boy, it's
smooth like this
beautiful.
is. Yeah.
Looks like it's so easy to work with.
Now, once you make it, you have to put it in your refrigerator and let it set up at least a half hour to an hour, because
need to chill it a little bit,
if it's too soft, it's not going to work.
This is funny because his computer printed this out, and the recipe calls for 56 eggs. So that gives you a little indication of how he had to, and he says this is 1. So he's doing this 56 times. That's funny. Okay.
All right, a little bit of flour on your board, whatever, and then take a rolling pin, and you just want to roll this out for a pie crust, probably about 1/4 of an inch to 1/8 of an inch thick, whatever you think you can work with.
It's a funny rolling pin there. It doesn't look like the old-fashioned. It's just a round piece of wood.
Yeah.
Works, though, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, we've had it in my family for years, and I've gotten
Yes.
used to working with
Yeah.
this. Now, can you hand me, I have the pie
crust?
plates
Okay,
over
sure.
there. Yeah. I'll see
Now,
this
these
dough.
are deeper, too, aren't they?
This dough's sticking. I'm going to
It's
have to
sticking.
start over again.
That's all right. More flour, right?
Yep.
More flour. Well, you know, I know from working with doughs that under these hot lights, you'll think a dough is perfect, and you get out here, and the heat from the lights just makes it so that it's very hard to work
So you
with.
have to make sure your dough is
be
refrigerated when
chilled.
you start with it. Of course, you're not going to have these bright lights all over
No,
your
that's
house
right.
either.
Very good. So, like, did you hang around the bakery shop when at your
Yeah.
grandfather's and your dad's?
Yeah, well, my grandfather had already retired by the time I came around, but yeah, I'd go down and visit my dad, and by the time I was 12, he had me cleaning up in the bakery.
Did he?
So it became
Yeah.
a family process. Now,
That's great.
once it's rolled out to about this thick, which is about 1/8 of an inch or
That's
so.
better, isn't it?
Yeah. We'll just,
Now, this is a deep dish, too, isn't it?
yes,
This
it's
is a real deep pie
it's
dish.
about 2 inches deep.
Whoop.
Thank you. Now, the thing about this dough is if I don't get it in straight, I can always play with it because
Oh, it's got some,
it's got, well, you can mold it just like Play-Doh.
Oh, it just moves right in
Yeah.
and sticks together.
Right.
Easy.
So you can work the dough a little bit until you get the right shape for your pie. So
Now, you got a
I have a
patch over
side.
there?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to cut this off
Okay.
and use it as a patch.
Oh, easy. That pulls apart. That's great.
Now this is a sweet dough, so it's got some flavor to it with the lemon flavor that you added when you made the dough. Now you can flavor it any way you want, but that's our traditional flavoring.
Sure. Now, Tony, like when you make all these new ideas, where do they come from? Do you just research? I know a lot of them are family.
Well,
but
yeah, most of the recipes we have are go back to my grandfather and my dad, are family recipes. What I try to do is continue with consistent quality. I don't come out with new stuff a lot. I keep doing the same, because what I do, a lot of bakeries don't do. I don't make bread. I don't make donuts.
Yeah, you don't have the dough products like the buns and the rolls and
right.
stuff.
We don't mess with that at all. We more or less work with fancy pastries. And
Now we're going to do the filling, right?
yes.
Okay. Tell
Now
us
you have your
about
pie
that.
crust. Oh, well, I can do that later.
Now, you don't bake this soft, right?
I'm sorry?
You don't
No,
bake that?
no, that's raw.
Okay,
It's a raw
that's
pie shell because you're going to add your filling.
Okay, we just have a couple minutes here. He's going to get the ricotta.
Yes.
And we're going to get started. And this is, would this be like a holiday thing, or could you make this anytime? Or?
Well, you can make it any time. We sell it all the time in the store, but traditionally it's served at Easter time.
At Easter,
Yes,
okay.
it's an Easter.
All right.
Now what you're going to do here is, let's see, I have to give you the recipe too, right?
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, it's over here. Okay.
We're going into the
Take this
ricotta
off so it's
filling.
easier.
Thank you. I'm going to start with, this is 1 3/4 cups of ricotta. Now, when you get your ricotta, please drain it through a cheesecloth, because if you work with wet ricotta, it's just going to
Never
make your
sets up,
filling,
huh?
no, it's not going to go very well.
You can see how dry that is. It almost looks like dry cottage cheese. That's how dry it is, and that's
Now let's
good.
put that back on the mixer.
Okay.
And you can start that on slow, just to get it
slow.
mixed.
Okay.
Now with that, we're going to add the sugar. Now once you add sugar to the ricotta cheese, it's going to start to break down.
Oh,
so
it
you
does?
Yes, so you
Okay.
have to work fairly quick.
Ah.
Also with this, I use a candied orange peel. What it is 1 3/4 cups of ricotta, 3/4 cup of sugar, 3 whole eggs,
Whole eggs.
which we're going to fold in. You don't use that on the mixer. You'll fold
okay.
that in at the last step. 2 tablespoons of candied orange peel, but you can also use just tutti frutti that you can find in a supermarket,
yeah.
a glazed fruit, chopped up, as fine as you want. Depends on you. If you want big chunks, you can have big chunks, or you can chop it up.
Okay.
1 1/2 tablespoons of vanilla flavoring, and 1 1/2 tablespoons. There's a teaspoon.
Teaspoons,
I'm
yeah.
sorry. See, I work with weights.
I
It's
know,
tough.
it's hard.
1 1/2 teaspoons of vanilla flavoring, 1 1/2 teaspoons of orange flower water, orange
What's
blossom
that?
water.
You get that at the...
It's not an oil. It's a flavored water. You should be
Okay.
able to find it in a bakery supply house. I buy it out of New York.
Okay.
Not many places in Pittsburgh carry it.
Anything you could substitute that for that?
Well, actually, it should have the orange flavor.
So you want that in there?
You don't have to have it. I mean, it can
Okay.
all be up to your taste. Now we're going to add the sugar.
Okay. So the sugar goes in,
I'm going to add the fruit.
the fruit, and that just because it's chopped fine, so that's not going to hinder
not
that
gonna
at
hurt
all.
anything.
Good. You know, I'm friends with your sister, Tanya.
Yes.
She works at a place that we like to go and eat all the time. And Drew's, in fact, Drew's have been here. And she was telling me, oh, yeah, my brother, you know, he has, that's how I was surprised when she told me that you were her brother. Because I said, oh, I've been trying to get Moyos for a long time. She says, I have an in, you know, I have an in. I said, well, I'm glad. She's a neat lady. I really like her.
Yeah, Tony's a good person.
Okay,
Okay,
so,
that's, you smell that? That's the orange water.
boy, does that smell good.
Yeah.
Refreshing. And the
All right.
consistency of this is a little different now,
see,
huh?
as soon as you add the sugar, how it got
Oh,
wet?
yeah.
It broke down right away.
Breaks it down. Okay.
That's about it. You can shut that off. We can
Shut it
remove
off.
that.
Okay.
And I guess I'll take a spatula.
Mike, are you
out of
going to
here.
take this off completely, right?
Yeah. You can
Okay.
move that.
Ah,
So
see,
I
there
cleaned
he
the
goes.
paddle
This man,
down.
yeah, he knows what he's doing.
I'll give you
I'm-
that.
Okay, I'll put this in here. Now you're going to fold the eggs in, right?
I'm going to fold 3 eggs.
Okay. Look at that. One hand. You know he's a
One.
professional. Look at this. No
2.
shells.
Well, there's 1.
Oh, yeah, there's 2.
3.
Okay.
All right, let's pick the shell out of
Gonna
there.
get, here's one over here. That's all right, Tom. Hey, sometimes I leave them in and it changes the flavor. Now you fold this in.
Yes.
Now tell me, after you fold this in, you put it in the pie crust.
gonna put
And
it in the-
what temperature and how long?
It's going to go into the oven at between 360, 370 degrees.
Okay.
It'll take about 40 to 45 minutes to bake. Now, every oven's different.
Sure.
Watch it when you get it in your oven. Your oven might bake hotter.
Hotter.
So
And it browns on the top, doesn't it?
it browns. It's about golden brown. Now, the crust is going to get darker than the filling will.
Okay.
You want to go about, I would say, 35 to 40 minutes. Start checking it.
Okay.
It's going to rise up. And
Oh, and we have one to show you at the end of the program. And while he's folding the eggs, and we're going to take a break, and we'll be right back with more from Tony Moio. Stay with us now.
Do you love watching At Home with Arlene Williams? Then be sure to check out our new YouTube channel. It's filled with classic episodes from over 20 years of At Home, and more videos are added each day. And don't forget to click the subscribe button so you'll never miss another episode of At Home.
All right, we're back, and Tony, we've already got that ricotta pie in the oven. We put a little strips of crust across the top of the pastry dough that he's using, and that gives you a nice cross across the top. We're going to show you at the end of the program. What's the next one we're going to do?
Okay, I just want to do, because it's the right time of year,
Yeah.
I want to do a fresh strawberry pie like we make it at the bakery. Just start with a regular pie crust. Now you can go get a graham cracker crust out of the store, any kind of crust you want.
You can make a big one, you can make a little one.
Right.
Make tarts?
You can do tarts.
Okay.
But this is the way we do it. We take a vanilla custard, which I've also provided a recipe for a fresh vanilla custard.
Yeah, and that sounds really... Wait. I think I gave you the wrong one.
You know what? I'll work with it.
Okay.
That'll be fine. Now, this is up to your taste, how much you want to put in. Some people make a strawberry pie with just berries.
Now wait, let me just say, this is cold, right?
Yes,
you
this is a baked pie crust, and
it.
it's totally cold, down to room temperature.
Because if you don't, that stuff will melt right in, won't it?
It'll go rancid on
So
you.
please remember to do that.
So
Okay.
we'll put some vanilla custard in the bottom of the pie.
Now see, he even uses a spatula for that. Me, I take a spoon, put it all in there, and then proceed. He even like smooths it all out and makes it look good.
Now,
Tell us.
the strawberries, since they're in season and they're beautiful right now, you can use a strawberry glaze.
Okay.
Buy it in the store, doesn't
Is
matter.
that just like in a jar or something? Okay.
If you want to make your own, go ahead.
Whoa.
Got it?
Okay, and you just take the tops off. You don't take the inside.
When I
up
clean
and
the
down.
berries, yeah, I cut the tops off, because if you
Okay.
get the holes, then they'll get down inside and they'll
Inside,
stay
yeah,
real
that's
watery.
true. Here, you want to do some of
Yeah,
these?
we'll mix these up.
Okay. So you actually put the glaze over the berries. I thought you just put it on top, but you even mix it around. That's
Right,
good.
I totally cover the berry. Now, what we do, some people will just stand the strawberry pies up in the, which is fine. But what I like to do is cut the berry in half and place them on the pie. Now, the trick I have to do here is see how fast I can do it.
How fast you can do it. I got confidence in you. I mean, I can see how fast you're working here. Now, you're open 7 days a week?
6 days. We
6
do
days.
take Monday off.
Good, okay.
I'm Tuesday through Saturday, 9 to 9.
Okay,
Sunday, 9 to 5.
okay. And also, a full line of cakes. I know I saw a rum cake, I saw carrot cake,
Right.
wedding cakes, specialty cakes.
Yes, we
chilled
do.
Birthday cakes.
Yeah, we do the vanilla, or the yellow, the chocolate, the white batter. We can do it in half and half. I don't make a marble. I do different buttercream fillings, strawberry buttercream, raspberry
Wow.
buttercream. Our wedding cake filling is cherries, pineapple, and almonds, a little
Oh,
touch of
my
rum flavor mixed through the buttercream.
What's the biggest cake you ever made? Wedding
Oh, God.
cake.
Goes back to my dad did a job for a guy up in Butler, and he had 1,500 people.
Oh, my word.
Now, normally we would do a smaller cake and do sheet cakes on the side to serve, but this guy wanted his
He
wedding
wanted the
cake
big
to
one.
serve
Oh,
1,500
gee.
people. And I remember it was as long as this countertop. That was the base. We had, and it worked up from there. It looked like
Oh,
a
my
castle when we were
goodness.
done.
How would you get it over
Well,
there?
it took 3 of us to transport it
sure.
in station wagons. Of course, it was in July.
Of
In
course.
the middle of summer.
Oh, yeah.
And hot as could be.
Oh, my goodness.
But we got it up there.
But
Now
you
all
did
I'm
it.
doing is just cutting the berries in
Yeah.
half. You could place it any way you want. I
And as
might
much
have,
as you want
yeah,
to,
I
right?
think what I should have done is put a little more cream in there.
Do you think?
Just so
to
the
make it
berries,
thicker?
yeah, so the berries will be a little bit higher.
Well, but if you wanted to do extra berries because you have a lot, then
That's
you mound
true.
them up.
That's true.
And if you have a lot of them and a few berries, then you mound this up.
Whatever you want. Whatever
There it
you
is,
want.
just another.
And to finish this pie off, you take fresh whipped cream, or if you want Cool Whip, or the stuff that sprays out of a can, and just work a border.
Ah.
Of course, we use fresh whipped
This
cream.
looks nice with you cut them in half. And you don't
Yeah.
get that whole great big berry in your mouth at one
Right,
time,
yeah,
too.
it's easier to cut.
Everything,
And you
yeah.
basically get a berry with every bite of the pie.
You could even do it in a tart pan, do a crust and do a tart pan and then layer it the same way. If you want a little different look.
Would you want to do the border on this?
You think I can?
I
I'll
think
get
we
it for
can
you.
do. I have the bag
Okay.
right over there.
Okay. Now, Tony, I'm a little wild with this, so you're going to have to help me.
Well, are you right-handed?
Yes.
I always hold your right hand in the back so it doesn't squeeze out the back. You know
Am I
that,
doing it right?
You know this.
Yeah, well,
I
a
mean, how
little
long
bit.
you been doing this show?
Well, a long time. But that doesn't mean I use this every time I do it. Okay, now where would you put this? All around it, or?
No, what I normally do is I just do the border.
You mean just around, nothing fancy? Could I do fancy?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, yeah,
Anything
right.
you want.
Okay. Ha ha ha. Oh, this is nice icing. Look at that. I feel like I'm part of Moio's pastry shop. Look at this.
Beautiful.
Look at this, Tony. Am I impressed with myself? But don't get too excited.
Do you need a
'cause
side job?
Yeah. Could I work with you? Just
Now, here's a trick. You can do this.
Okay.
Hold it down low.
Down low. Oh, you see, you have to look at that. Oh, Tony, you make it too easy. Beautiful.
Okay, and
That
that's your
is
fresh
gorgeous.
strawberry pie. It's beautiful
Now-
in May and June.
Now, this has to be refrigerated, right?
Yes.
And you did give us the recipe for the custard.
I gave you the recipe for the custard.
Did you talk us through the ingredients?
On the custard?
Yeah,
No, I didn't.
let's do that because you've done the other ones. Because we have about a minute or so. Let's do that just so everybody, because some people.
When you're making a fresh custard at home, it's good to use a double boiler so you don't burn the bottom.
Okay.
You're going to take 4 cups of milk. You're going to
Okay.
let that, and to that you're going to add a cup of sugar.
Okay.
Now you have to boil that, and in another bowl you'll mix a 1/4 cup of flour, 1½ tablespoons of cornstarch, a pinch of salt, teaspoon of vanilla, and 2 fresh eggs. Mix that smooth. When your milk starts to simmer, you add a little bit to that, heat it up. As the milk rises, you add it in, stir it down until you have a nice custard. When it's nice and thick, take it off. About 3 to 5 minutes mixing.
Over a medium heat, huh?
Right.
You don't want to go high because it will
That's right.
definitely
It'll scorch right away.
for you.
And definitely continue stirring all the time. And once the custard is cooked, take it off, let it cool to room temperature, then put it in the refrigerator until it's nice and cool.
Now, would that custard filling be the same basis that maybe you use for coconut custard or
Yeah, I
cream?
use it for a lot of stuff. This vanilla custard goes a long way.
And this has to be totally cooled when you do this too, right?
That's right.
So make your crust ahead, make the custard ahead, do the berries, and then assemble it all together. And we'll be right back with the final shots and more of Tony Moio in just a moment. Here's how you can get today's newsletter.
Just go to ctvn.org/athome to get all the recipes from today's show for free. That's right, no subscriptions. They're available online at no cost, and more are being added each day. So join us at ctvn.org/athome to get today's recipes now.
Well, we're back at our dessert table, and you can see not just the ricotta pie that Tony made for us today. And isn't it beautiful? Look how golden brown. You said this is kind of the Italian version of the
cheesecake.
Cheesecake, right, because it's got the little fruit in it. And look at the strawberry pie. Oh,
Hers
my.
is better. She did a nice job.
Tony, you should have said that.
See, if you fill it up, how much better it looks.
Mounds better, yeah. And then, Tony, talk to us. Now, this is just a sampling of the pastries that he does in his shop. Just show that.
This is our cannoli. We roll our own shells. It's filled with ricotta cheese, a ricotta cheese filling.
My name's on that one, Tony, by the way.
Okay, and a chocolate custard. This is the sfogliatelle, which is
What's the sfogliatelle?
It means many layers. It's a dough that's rolled in shortening, and it's filled with a ricotta filling. That also we use a lot of ricotta. Ricotta with farina, cream of wheat type stuff. This is the pasticciotto, which is a Italian cream puff. It's fresh lemon custard with fresh orange rind mixed through it.
Yes.
That's our carrot cake. That's our rum cake, which is yellow sponge cake with custard, lemon custard with fruit in it, and chocolate custard.
Sounds so good.
Almond. This is the almond macaroon tart. Has the almond paste in it, a little dab of raspberry jelly.
Beautiful.
And a Napoleon, assortment of pastries.
And the cream horns. And look at this banana. What's this called?
That's just a banana boat. It's a puff pastry. Has a little bit of baked vanilla custard underneath it with a fresh banana on top.
Sliced banana. And this is a fudge
pecan tart.
Oh.
A couple other puff pastries, chocolate mousse cup.
Incredible.
Cream puff.
And not only that, but look over here. All the variety of cookies, the pinoli cookies, the sesame cookies, biscottis that he does. Tony, it has been such a pleasure to have you here. I have thoroughly enjoyed it. And I hope that when you go in to visit Moio's that you'll tell them, hey, I saw it on At Home, okay? Thanks again, Tony.
Thank you,
And be
Arlene.
sure to join us the next time because it just wouldn't be the same without you here at home. We'll see you then. Bye-bye now.
Don't forget to click the subscribe button so you'll never miss another episode of At Home. Thank you for watching.
Fresh produce provided by Jordan Banana, wholesalers of fresh fruit and vegetables in Dravosburg, Pennsylvania. Appliances provided by Decor Distinctive Appliances, a reflection of your good taste. Groceries provided by Foodland, where the answer is always yes. Cornerstone Television wishes to thank all our faithful viewers whose consistent prayers and financial support have made this program possible.